Thank you for joining us for Meet the Candidates. CMU Public Broadcasting invited both major party candidates for this office to participate in this series.
Welcome to this edition of Meet the Candidates. I'm Mike Horace, and we're joined this time by Don Valeric. He's the Republican candidate for Michigan's 9th Congressional District. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Hey, thank you for having me. My pleasure.
In our first few minutes, we'd like to give you an opportunity to introduce yourself to voters. Tell them about your background and about the experience you're bringing to this race.
Okay, well, I'm a family man. This isn't my first rodeo. I ran for United States Congress in 2010. Obviously, I didn't win, thanks to the redistricting. We're back for a second try at this. I bring common sense solutions to the table. My background is in the healthcare industry. It's in the seniors care industry. I have a little bit of mortgage banking background and 20 years of digital media experience. When we went out, we talked to people in the first run. People wanted someone that would be real with them, someone that when they walk the walk, when they talk the talk, that they'd walk the walk. We're that kind of candidate. We're not here to play, Republicans, Democrats. We're here to play straight USA and try to do the best we can for the district and for all of Michiganders and try to do what's needed to do at this point.
Tell us about the 9th Congressional District.
Well, the 9th District, since it got redistricted, has become a little bit more friendly for someone like myself. I believe now people have a choice. Used to be before that Mr. Levin, the career politician, had a pretty good, tight handle on that district, and now they have a second choice, and that would be myself. So with the redistricting, it's about a 50,000 vote swing, a little bit more friendly to myself, and we're here to make sure that they have a second choice.
So this year, what are the big issues for you?
The big issues are, obviously I come from the healthcare industry, so I would like to put together policies that would save our world-class healthcare system, give choices to people, let the free market take its place. And also, I've got a mortgage banking background as well. I understand how we got into this debacle. My background as well with the digital media. I'd like to stop playing King Henry VIII at the federal level and start, bringing it into the 21st century, because bottom line, their time is your money. So those three issues, the economy, jobs, promoting, made in the USA. I mean, bottom line, the only way we're going to get out of this mess is to prosper our way out of this mess. There's only one way.
Let's get into some of those specifics, and I'd like to start with healthcare. What do you identify as some of the problems with healthcare in this country right now, and what kind of solutions are you proposing?
Well, if you go to our website, I detail it. I actually narrate it. I break it down into 6 subjects, but I'll do my best here to give you, the quick scenario here. Insurance is non-tangible. It's not something you touch, feel, drive. So if you create equality in an industry that's non-tangible, it's the purest free market solution where it will get the consumer the ability to basically be the person that makes decisions on what's good for them or what's not good for them. But we also need to work on simplification of the delivery system of insurance, because insurance just lets you participate in our world-class healthcare system. It's just like, for instance, car insurance. Car insurance doesn't determine the price of what the big three sell their cars for. They just let you participate in case the worst thing happens, you crash your car. Insurance is the same way. I also want to work on implementing the technology and the way it comes into the system with the patent laws don't allow us to actually solicit it to 6.8 billion people. That's the worldwide population. I'd like to give choices to where that you could have a lifetime patent with certain cost controls to be able to solicit it to 6.8 billion people. One thing about technology and our healthcare system, it's made in the USA. It's really important that we keep the concept that we need to bring back manufacturing. We need to promote made in the USA here. That's the kind of jobs that everyone's looking for. Well-paying jobs that support a family, that support a house over your head, send your kids to college. Right now the jobs that are being created, they just really don't follow that mantra. So bringing back made in the USA I think is very important.
Where do you stand on the Affordable Care Act? Would you like to see it repealed, modified?
It's about 20% right. I'd like to see 100% right on anything that we deal with as far as our world healthcare system. Now, I bring a unique, perspective to this. I do it for a living. I meet where the rubber meets the road. I deliver the reality of the situation. We need to elect more people that, actually bring the private sector skills to the table so that we just don't stop throwing money at the wall and hoping something sticks at the federal level. We can't afford to do this anymore. So it's really important that we get people that actually know the industry inside and out to get involved with this so we can get this right.
You also have a background in the financial industry. Let's talk about the financial crisis we have gone through. How do you think you'll be able to make a difference and prevent this from happening again?
Well, there are some things that, unfortunately, starting the deregulation of derivatives in the late 80s started the ball rolling. 1999, Bill Clinton repealed Glass-Steagall. Glass-Steagall didn't allow banks and investment firms to commingle to each other. And then they started getting real creative. There's some real smart people up there, and money is a powerful thing. So, I think bringing that common sense, actually explaining it very simple to the public to let them know that we do have to get rid of some of the deregulations of some areas. We just need common sense policies. I'd like to put Glass-Steagall back. These are things, obviously get rid of Dodd-Frank and some other things that have happened along the way. And I think that at that point we can get the banks doing banking, get investment firms doing investments. And the deal is that banks, when they got to ensure their due diligence, it was all over after that point. They had no skin in the game. And we need to get back to the traditional ways of how we did banking in this industry, way back in the 80s.
Ask anybody in this country, and jobs and the economy is probably going to be the #1 issue they name. What kind of solutions are you proposing on that front to get this job creation rolling, help bring that unemployment rate back down?
Yeah, we have a 1913, 1915 federal tax system that's 75,000 pages. It's a debacle. I mean, the bottom line, it only really does hook up the elitists. They can hire multiple lawyers and really end up skating from paying their fair share. So I'm for federal tax reform. I want something easy, simple, something, are you smarter than a fifth grader? I mean, I'd do a flat tax, 15% across the board, no subsidies. I'm also, I believe in the fair tax as well, but that's a little bit more complicated. We definitely need to do something that will put us into the game of a worldwide economy. We need to get into this game. Like I said, I'm all about made in the USA. If we don't bring back manufacturing to this country, we're going to be hurting here. In fact, the statistic is in the 60s and 70s, manufacturing was twice the size of the public sector. Today, the public sector is twice the size of manufacturing. This is not sustainable.
Are there some things Congress could do to help the manufacturing industry right away?
Yeah, I mean, they could start working right away on federal tax reform. I mean, stop arguing. Stop, like I said, if they want to argue over the deck chairs on the Titanic, feel free. Okay, that's not going to do us any good here. We need common sense people that aren't going to play Republican, Democrat, people that are there for the right reasons. And I'm a nonpartisan candidate. I have no one pulled, I'm not the puppet on a string here. I'm here to do the right thing. I mean, Democrats, people in the unions, Republicans, they don't need to fear me. I'm a family man. I'm here to do what needs to happen here. It's going to take character, it's going to take courage, it's going to take ethics, and it's going to take some work skills. I'm ready to go to work. I'm not here to create, large bills that no one wants to read. I'm here to bring common sense into the equation. There's only one form of right with me and one form of wrong. They can have multiple versions if they like, but common sense and the Constitution of the United States of America is where we need to go with this.
If you are elected to this seat, how do you go changing those attitudes in Washington? I know tax reform is something that's been proposed year after year after year, and work never gets done on it. Right. So how do you get the ball rolling?
Well, you're going to have to bring some executive skill sets to the table. You're going to have to be able to articulate yourself in a way that lets those that aren't here for the right reasons to let them know that the way of conducting business at the federal level, it's over. We've bankrupted the country. We're almost at 105% of GDP. This is not sustainable. And, I believe that more like-minded people like myself that get elected, we can start, like I said, start filling the holes in the Titanic, get the ship up right, and, get this turned around. Because look, I got young children. I'm a family man. I'm here to take care of the families the same way I would take care of mine. We need some adults in the room, and I plan on being one of those adults, and I do have a way about myself as far as articulating myself and a little bit of passion and fight in me that I'll make sure that those there that aren't there for the right reason, you'll know about it.
You're advocating for tax reform. I'm wondering about the federal deficit and this massive debt that we have accumulated as a country. How will that play into your tax reform efforts?
Well, it's all about paying that down. There are ways of doing this. Like I said, the only way out of this mess, you have to prosper your way out of this mess. How do we prosper our way out of this mess? Make sure that we can compete in a worldwide economy.
Mm-hmm. How do we do that? What are some things we can do so that we are ensuring fair trade, for example?
Well, once again, we need to get rid of those trade agreements that don't promote Made in the USA and put in policies that do. As a small business person, I don't have the ability to guess at what to do. I'm going to use my executive skills, make sure that we get the right information around us, make sure we get the right people around us, and that we'll make no decisions that aren't well thought out, A to Z detail, and make sure that the bottom line, any more money that we spend at the federal level is well worth it, and that it comes with fiscal responsibility and due diligence. Without that, I'm sorry, we're going down the wrong path, and we need to get some people elected that are here to do the right thing, and I'm that guy.
As you've been campaigning this fall, what have you been hearing from the voters in your district? Do they share your concerns?
Oh, definitely. Voters in my district is very, very diversified. You have, from people that are well off to a lot of people that are struggling. They want someone that they can count on. They want someone that when they talk the talk, they'll walk the walk. They're struggling. Service in my district is a non-factor. I'm sorry, but the current incumbent, he's a career politician. He's been there as long as I've been alive. I'm 50 years old. He's been a United States congressman for 3 decades. And look, the proof is in the pudding. The district is hurting. They want someone that will go there and do what needs to happen, represent the district correctly, and service the district. Look, I've got 40 family members that either live in the district or live within miles of the district. We're going to be held to a higher standard. And I'm in the service industry. I've been servicing all my life. I like people. I really do. I'm here to do the right thing. And I want to be a citizen's representative. I want young people to say, I want to be like Don Valeric. I mean, hey, I'm an elected official if I get elected. I mean, probably should be someone like that. So I'm looking to do what needs to happen and be there for the people, answer all the hard questions, all the easy questions. I'm going to govern everybody in my district, and with pro-Michigander policies, pro-USA policies, and it's that simple to me.
We have just about a minute left in our program. Give us your final pitch. What message do you want to leave with voters today?
Well, what I'd like to say is, please, Republicans, Democrats, union people, small business, everyone, I'm not here to play any puppet strings for any social club, whether it be Republicans or Democrats. I'm straight Made in the USA. I'm ready to do this for you. I'm ready to service the district. They can trust me. I know it's hard to trust a politician, but I'm not a professional politician. I'm just like my citizens. I'm a middle class person. I'm a family man. And like I said, I'm going to take care of their families the same way I would take care of mine. And I ask you, please, vote for Valeric on November 6th. I promise you, I will do the right thing.
Mr. Valeric, thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Our guest this time has been Don Valeric. He's the Republican candidate for Michigan's 9th Congressional District. And a reminder, you can find our entire Meet the Candidates series on our website, WCMU.org. And come November 6th, please do exercise your right to vote. For everybody at CMU Public Broadcasting, I'm Mike Horace. Thanks for joining us.
This has been Meet the Candidates, a production of CMU Public Broadcasting. Both major party candidates were invited to participate in this series. For a complete listing of the air dates and times for this series, or to watch or listen to this program again, go to our website, WCMU.org.
Support of WCMU is provided by Flint Institute of Arts, presenting Drawing Together International Cartoons. The exhibition features 300 cartoons from the Iden Doan Foundation International Competition and runs through December 30th. FlintArts.org.